Hello everyone, welcome to Pharma Hotspot. In this video, we're going to discuss about BD preparations. So, BD are basically biodynamic, and biodynamic preparations are used in the biodynamic agriculture to increase the nutrition level in soil, to increase the production level of crops, and basically to just increase the quality of crops. Okay, so basically our aim to improve the quality. And in previous video we discussed about what is the biodynamic agriculture, what are the advantages, how we apply the biodynamic agriculture, and some method that how to use the biodynamic agriculture. So in today's video we discuss the preparation that we used in the biodynamic agriculture. So they are basically divided into two parts: field biodynamic and compost biodynamic. In field biodynamic we have BD 500 preparation and BD 501 preparation, and in compost biodynamic we have BD 502 to 508. So these online preparations we discussed how to prepare it, what are the advantages, what are disadvantages, and all kind of information we give you today. Okay, so let's begin the video. So first of all, these are the ingredients. Like in BD 500 we use cow horn and fresh cow dung, and in 501 we use cow horn and silica quartz crystal, which is like the powder like substance. Okay, in 502 we use yarrow flour and urinary bladder of stag. In 503 we use chamomile and cow intestine. Okay, in 504 we use stinging nettle. In 505 we use Himalayan oak bark and is soul of an domestic animal. In 506 we use dandelion and bovine mesentery. In 507 we used valerian, and in 508 we use casuarina tea. So first we have BD 500, in which we use cow horn manure. So first of all, it is a fermented cow dung, and it is the basis for soil fertility and renewal of degraded soil. So basically the nutrition level of soil is improved, the fertility is improved. It is buried in September to November and lifted in March and April. So these are the months in which we bury the cow horn filled with the manure under the ground, and we just lifted it and in March and Feb. Okay, material used is cow horn and fresh cow dung from a lactating cow. Average amount is 50 to 150 gram of cow dung per horn is used. Okay, so it depend on you how much horn you want. And if we talk about the preparation, then feed cattle with high quality food. So we give the high quality food to our cattle for 2 days prior, before the collecting the dung of that cow or buffalo which you use. Prepare burial pit 18 inches deep. So you have to create a pit which is 18 inches deep. Now what you have to do, you have to just collect the cow horn, and you have to just clean up if there is any paint or any kind of scar, then you have to remove it. And after that you have to fill the cow horn with cow dung in the October or November, rather than September, because in September there is a warm climate. So in the warm climate your manure gets spoiled, so you have to remember that. After that, place your horn in the burial pit, which is 18-inch deep and 1 inch apart with the base downwards, surrounding with 50% compost and soil. So around 50% compost and soil you have to remember. After that, you have to cover with soil and bury for 4 to 6 months. Keep burial pit soil moist and shaded. So you have to remember that the place that you use to bury the cow horn is always quite moist and shaded with the leaves at the temperature of approx 20 degrees Celsius and free from weeds and earthworms. So you have to just take care of that place for around 4 to 6 months. After 4 months, check for dung fermentation. So you have to just check that the cow horn manure is fermented or not by digging up wormhole. If the green cow dung has turned into dark, then you can say that the cow horn manure is fermented. They are ready to remove. The BD 500, use and store. If not, leave them longer. If the color is not changed, then you have to wait it. If we talk about the application, then 25 grams is sufficient for you in 15 liters. In the 15 liters rain or water. So you have to just dissolve the 25 gram of biodynamic preparation in 15 liter of rain. After that, check water for high calcium, iron and other mineral. Stir for 1 hour, alternatively clockwise and anti-clockwise, forming a vortex. Spray in the late afternoon or evening when moon is descending. Spray 4 times a year during the beginning and after rain. The month is Feb, May or Nov to December. So this is how you can apply your BD 500 to the crops. The result is that the root activity is increased and micro life of soil is also increased, nitrogen level improved, trace element is removed, and the germination is increased. And if we talk about the storage, then you have to just take a pot with a loose fitting lid. After that, you have to bury in the box surrounding with coir pith, which is kept moist and can be closed. And be sure that this is kept in the dark place and the temperature is not above the 25 degrees Celsius, because in the warm up climate this preparation can spoiled. And within 1 year you have to use the whole preparation. After that, we have the biodynamic 501 preparation, which is the cow horn and silica. In that, we don't use the cow dung. This is finely grounded quartz crystal, specially prepared. Okay, it is buried in the similar to BD 500, so the procedure is like the BD 500, but this is buried summertime in April, May, or lifted in September. So this is the procedure is done in the summertime, but the BD 500 procedure is done in the winter time. Okay, so this is the major difference. This is the period when the earth is breathing out and the cosmic light energy is most active in summers. And material used is cow horn and silica quartz crystal. If we talk about the preparation, then crush silica quartz and grind into a fine powder. Okay, after that you have to moisten with water to make a stiff paste, and these paste you have to fill in the horn and bury that horn in the soil pit, which is 1 inch apart with base downwards, surrounded with 50% compost and soil from March April. They are ready to remove the BD 501. Store in the glass jar with loose fitting lid. Place in an open area exposed to sunlight up to 3 years. Application is how to apply. Then 1 gram silica in 15 liter of warm water. After that, apply early morning like 6 to 8 a.m. at sunrise during ascending moon or moon opposition saturn. Dissolve silica in water, stirring for 1 hour before sunrise, alternatively clockwise and anti-clockwise, forming a vortex. After that, you have to spray the plants using low pressure sprayer. Spray into the air to fall a gentle mist over the plants. The result is the metabolism, photosynthesis, chlorophyll function is increased, and the color, aroma, flavor, the quality of plants is so much improved. So after that, there is one more kind of biodynamic preparation, which is BD 502, in which we use yarrow, and the scientific name is of that flower is Ecleia millefolium. Okay, this is made from the yarrow flowers combined with the bladder of a stag. The smell of the stag bladder and that of yarrow are similar. The planetary influence of Venus, cosmos activity of the flower is enhanced by the cosmic activity of bladder. The energy is received by the stag from the cosmos through the entire center around the bladder. And how to prepare it? You have to just blow up the bladder, just fill the air in the bladder, and use the fresh bladder. After that, air dry and then collapse. At the time of use, you have to just moisten it with the water to make it flexible. Cut the bladder, insert a funnel and introduce the flower till the bladder is packed. Moisten the flower with plant extract. Stitch up the slit with cloth thread. Store in a closed basket to keep away the pest. The best time to bury or lift is the March, and from September to March this whole procedure can be done. Result is the plant to attract trace material is extremely dilute, means the trace elements are completely decreased. Okay, and the nutrition level is increased. In 503 we used the chamomile. Scientific name is Matricaria camomilia. This is composed of chamomile plant flower combined with cow intestine. The method of harvesting is pick the flower with pest or horizontal in the morning time like 10 a.m. Ideal flower will have 2 rows of petals around the cone. So if the flower have 2 rows of petals, then it's best harvest into tray as the flower is it left together produce heat. Use drying trays. Store in airtight container, and if you are preparing that, then the take the intestine of the cow or the bull can be used. Don't wash the intestine. Cut into 15 centimeter bits. Run finger along the intestine to remove all the kind of dust and all the kind of blockage like milking a cow or squeeze out. Tie the cutting piece at one end with cotton string. After that you have to fix the funnel to open end and fill with dry flowers. Pack not too hard or loose. Stack the filled sausage into a barrel, which could be placed in a mud pot surrounded with fertile soil. The time to bury is in October, and till the Feb or March it is buried under the ground, and after that you can just lift it up. Result is the nitrogen is stabilized within the compost, and soil life is also improved. In 504 we used Himalayan stinging nettle. Scientific name is Urtica parviflora. You can see the image of the plant. And harvest leaves in May and September. Fill dried leaves into pipes or mud pots. Press well into the container. Ensure that the lid is on. Place the pot under the influence of Mars. Okay, so the cosmos energy is quite high. Time is like September, and result is the soil health is improved, nutrition level is also improved. So these all are basically used to improve the soil quality, the plant quality, the production quality. And different preparations have different advantages. In 505 we use Himalayan oak bark, which is prepared by combining bark of oak tree with the skull of an animal. Method of preparation is like crush the oak bark. The skull of any domestic animal may be used. The link between the skull and the bark is their calcium properties. Place the crushed oak bark in the brain cavity of the skull. Block the opening with a well-shaped bone piece. Place the skull in the watery environment with weeds and plant mucks, which could have damage by the local disease that affect the crop. It should be placed at the location where it exchange of water and such as rain, drain or swamp. It should be noted that foul smell is emitted on lifting the preparation and removing it from the skull. This gradually reduces with drying after removal in the dark, dry place. Fungus may form because the water content is there. Turn over frequently to correct the same. The best time to bury is September, and in the March you can lift it up. The result is the healing force to combat harmful plant disease. So the plant disease is reduced and the soil regenerate its power. In 506 we use the dandelion, and the scientific name is Taraxicum offinicellus. The image is there, and it is made from the dandelion wrapped up in the bovine mesentery. The method of preparation is the use of mesentery of the cow. The flower is sensitive to light, and it is placed in the mesentery of cow, which itself is sensitive. Ensure that extra fat is cut off. Don't wash the mesentery. Place the dried flour in the mesentery and wrap into parcel and tie with the jute thread. We basically use the jute thread, not the plastic thread, because the jute thread is more the environment friendly, and as you know that biodynamic agriculture only used the environment friendly product, no chemical is used. So that's why we use the jute thread. After that we place the parcel in a good mixture of soil and compost into a pot. While lifting the preparation, the mesentery may or not be seen. In September you can place and lift it up in the March. In 507 we use the valerian flowers like Valerina officinalis. The juice of valerian flowers is used for the preparation. If we talk about the preparation, then we have to just place the clipped flower into a mortar and pestle. After that grind into a paste. Okay, after making the paste we add some water in the ratio of 1:4 in the bottle. Ensure storage in the cool place. Use 1 gram each for every 5 cubic meter of compost, and 10 ml of 507 at 5% in 2 to 5 liters of water. So either you can dilute it or you can just simply use as 1 gram. These could be added to liquid manures and cow pet bits also. If you talk about the storage, then it must be cool and dark location with good air circulation, and the glass in which you filled the preparation is well labeled, and you can place the pot in the well insulated storage box using coir pit. Food grade drum, place horizontal with the High opening is useful for preparation such as 500 and CPP. Turn the preparation frequently and maintain the moisture. You don't have to remember all kind of points, but just you have the idea in your mind that how these preparations are prepared or used. You just note down the important points by pausing the video. In the 508 you use horsetail, and the scientific name is Equistrum arvense. It is high in silica. It is used as tea to control fungus in the early season. It should be sprayed at the full moon, like 2-4 days before and moon opposition spectrum. Material is 1 gram of Equisetum arvense, or you can use the Casuarina. 10-liter water is also required. While preparing, you make a strong tea or tincture by boiling the Casuarina hot water for 2 hours. Let it sit for 2 days. So it's quite simple to prepare. After that, while how to apply that is dilute the tincture, like 50-gram tincture to 10-liter of water is enough. Spray onto the soil or over the plants in early growing stages. For mild fungus problem, BD 508 is often sufficient, but for more problems, BD 501 is more effective. So over 508, the BD 501 is more effective. But if you want to control the fungus in your crops, then 508 is best for you. So that's all for today, guys. And if you learn something new, give the like button, and if you're new here, join us by subscribing the channel.